Hello, Wolfpack students and future leaders. About 2 weeks ago, I was invited to participate in this career day. I was browsing through my emails and I saw the invitation. And at first, I thought I wanted to do something different, maybe a few videos from outside of the facility and maybe the court. I met with our technician and we had some plans to do as I was planning, but due to the COVID-19 and safety issues from our department, we were not able to do as planned. So I'm gonna do it from my office. I'm gonna try my best to explain our procedures, what we do as a department, and all stuff like that. I am Gerardo Cavazos. I work for the Juvenile Operation Department, and we are located next to the Pulga Blanca over here by 359. I was born and raised in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. Mm, I moved here when I was about 8 years old with my mom and my sister and my grandmother. It was a very drastic change, especially because of the language. Um, yeah, it was hard. Uh, However, the good thing was that everything here was, I can say, free. But in Mexico, we had to pay for everything. You have to pay for your school supplies, for your lunch, for your books, and even to being in class, you have to pay. And here it was different. It was a positive change in regards to that. So we had everything we needed to go to school. And that time, my mom was a housekeeper at a Holiday Inn. Mm, It was, I think, one of the best hotels here in Laredo back in those days. And I will see her daily struggles. She would have to use the bus in the mornings, in the afternoons, if it was raining, if it was cold, mm, it was hot, she has to go to work. And I say, you know what, I wanna go to school. I wanna get my high school diploma, and I wanna go to college. That was my goal, and I was wanting a career in law enforcement. I had family members in Mexico that they were working for the state. They were prosecutors. Others were working for law enforcement agencies, and I wanted a career like that, like them. So I said, no, I can do that. I saw my mom struggling, and I said, I wanna become somebody here. So it was hard. It wasn't impossible. I, Back in high school, and United States High School, I took some classes and from some criminal justice classes. I took an intro class and also several classes that had to do with my future career. Um, and those classes did help me a lot. When I went to college, I was familiar with the terms used in those intro classes and the law classes, and I knew those terms. They were familiar to me. Now, the biggest mistake I made in high school was that I never met with my counselors. They were there. We had a lot of good counselors. I don't recall their names, but there was a hallway there. You were able to go there and visit and ask for advice and college prepness, but I never did. I never went to their offices. There was, however, this counselor. I don't recall her name. She was our senior counselor, and she would look for me in class and give me, you know what, Gerardo, do this scholarship. I need you to do this one. She gave me a bunch of them, and I wasn't interested. And I had to collect letters of recommendation from teachers. I had to do essays, and I said, you know what, no, I don't want to do it. I'll just look for financial aid, I guess. But she gave me one scholarship. It was the DDR chart, and she said, complete this one. So you know what? I went to a few teachers. They gave me the letters. I completed a 3-page essay, I think, and I think a few months passed, and she called me to her office, and she's like, you know what? They selected you for the scholarship. You're gonna get all tuitions paid and the books as well for the whole 2 years celebrated community college. We're like, it was it was worth it. It was time well spent. So guys, go to your counselors. Ask for advice. Go do a meeting with them. Okay. Now let me introduce what we do here as POs. Well, first of all, what do we need to be a PO? You need to be 21 years of age. You need a bachelor's minors in criminal justice, excuse me, with a minor in psychology. You need 1 year experience working with juveniles or children. You need a valid driver's license, and you need to be available 24/7. However, we work from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, but we're on call 24/7. So you have to be aware of that. When I first applied here at the department, I applied as a juvenile supervision officer. That's how I was able to get my experience needed to become a PO. I was in detention working as a guard for about a year and a half, and then I applied for the position as PO, and I was able to get it. Now, what do? We provide probation services to juveniles and to children involved in the justice system, whenever they commit any delinquent offenses. And who do we serve? We serve children 10 to 17 years of age. We have two different units here in the department. We have the intake unit and the field unit. The first unit, the intake, what they usually do is process first-time offenders. Once they're released from detention or in detention, we can interview the kid. We meet with his parents. We either get information from teachers, from other staff in school, counselors, doctors, police officers, anyone that can provide information in regards to juvenile. We're gonna meet with them to be able to find what services does the child need. Okay. Now, once they do this, they supervise the juveniles on their way to court. Until they go to court, they're gonna be working with this kid and the family until he's either placed on probation. Now, what happens when he's placed on probation? This is where the field unit comes in, where I'm in. We need to make sure they comply with all the orders from the court. And how do we do this? We can do curfew calls. We do office visits. We do home visits. We do school visits. We contact counselors in schools. They're private counselors. We contact the doctors, either CAPS, SCAM. We call Southwest Keys, attendance officer, and anyone who can provide any information in regards to child's compliance. Now, what if they don't comply? If they don't comply, we have the option to bring the juvenile back to detention, either with an affidavit signed with the judge, or we can just detain the juvenile here when they come and report to our offices. And then we start all over again. We take them to court, and we ask for a different recommendation. Instead of probation, we can recommend for the juvenile to go to a rehab, to go to a bootcamp facility, or even to TJJD, which is our last resort. Now, the court setting. This is interesting. This is the fun part. Anything can happen in court. We have county attorneys. You have the prosecutors. You have the public defenders. You have the judge. You have parents. You have the kids in court, other POs, supervisors, and anything can happen in there. You can be asked any questions, either by the judge, by the prosecutor, by the attorney for the kid, and you need to be prepared. You need to be ready to answer any questions, any concerns from the judge or from whoever asked the question, because your recommendation is going to be based on that. If you don't have any information, you cannot back up your recommendation, then most probably the judge will not follow what you want for the kid, and he won't be able to get the rehabilitation services he needs. Now, rewards and stresses in our field. I think that, well, at least for me, the best reward is when parents call me to let me know that their kid is doing fine, that he was able to get a job, that he is following the conditions, that he now has a family when they're older, that he is going to college, or he's stuff like that. That's rewarding. And the stress is this is stressful, at least for me. I'm not really good with computers or technology, and the court settings right now are done through Zoom. And right now, our career day is done through video, so it's a bit stressful for us, especially when we go to court. You have all these people participating, the ones I mentioned to you before, and you have the prosecutors, the attorneys, the judge, yourself, the child, all in the screen. It can be a bit stressful. Usually courts are they go smooth, but like that it's a little hard. Now, what advice can I give you guys? Again, as I mentioned before, meet with your counselors, set up appointments, try to visit the college or university you're planning to attend. Give him a call, send him an email. What do I need? while I'm in high school. What classes do I need to take? Because either you may take classes that you don't need. It happened to me when I was in OCC. That first year I took, well, not first year, that first maybe first second year, I took several classes that I didn't need for TAMU. They were not transferable, so I had to take them again, a different class over in TAMU. So that's why it's very important to meet with your counselors, do a plan, yeah, call them, email them, any way you can do it, but don't stay behind, because if you're a senior already, you need to have all these things ready by now. You're about to graduate, so that's the best advice I can give you. So now I just want to thank the counselors for the invitation and for allowing me to do this video for you guys. And I want to wish you good luck and be safe. Thank you.